This video is about Plangle, a new plugin for Jira Agile that speeds up your planning process. But our story starts in a different age, in the age of Excel. Throughout the years, we have developed lots of startup projects, and we always used Jira Agile because we know it's the thing. It is perfect in every way for developers. But when we started planning our first startup, we had to face the fact that most of our clients used and will use Excel as a way of organizing mostly everything. And whatever we do or whatever we want, this is client territory. And let's face it, Excel is an easy way to gather all the requirements from the client, from emails, from notes, and it's easy to share and easy to see all the features all together from a bird's eye view, which is important when you're planning a project from the ground up. And while this is working perfectly with clients, we still have to accomplish the painful task of putting everything into Jira Agile. So we were asking ourselves, what if there was a way? What if there was an Excel spreadsheet in Jira? And that insanely looking idea became Plangle. So now we were able to do what we wished for. Copy-paste from Excel or notepads or emails, create epics, stories, subtasks. But this time, all the issues were miraculously created in Jira Agile in the background. In this phase of the project, we often copy, reorder, delete whole hierarchies, ideas, just for the sake of planning. Reminders and ideas could quickly become stories. Stories could quickly become only ideas or be deleted because nobody likes them anymore. The idea of reordering hundreds of issues in a matter of seconds became a reality. And when shared with clients, they didn't even realize that this is all done in Jira Agile. The very thing that seemed very high-tech for them sometimes. And now after copying, pasting, reprioritizing everything, delete all the issues, rebuilding everything from the ground up, now that the client said that it looks good, our team finally were able to start estimating everything. Even though the Agile method seems a bit more realistic than the previous waterfall, what client would tell a team to just start developing without any ideas about how much it would cost? So we thought, if we label certain issues and we support a work type-based estimation, when features are estimated in a way that team members give estimations for backend, frontend, QA and other development processes, then everything would work out just fine. A bit more complex estimation method could give us a bit more detailed view on the project, perhaps. But let's say that we estimated everything. What about velocity? How could we circumvent that agile practice saying we need to have sprints in order to have velocities? Well, we thought, what if we try estimating based on previous velocities? But we are just guessing here. This is not enough, we thought. So we created 3 types of velocities. For the sake of simplicity, also color-coded them. One would be the confident velocity, saying that we will definitely can go with this speed. And there is also the probable. But what if something happens? What if overnight we become the most powerful development team in the history of development teams? Well, this is clearly unexpected, but that would mean that we could finish the project in no time. So we went on a journey, trying to find among our previous project velocities something that could tell us what the future holds. But as Mike Cohn suggested before, it's strange to see extreme values. So we added a switch to remove extremities, which is just a statistical calculation that works only if the number of completed sprints are high enough. Now, if you're a developer, you would like to develop software. So if clients keep asking you to tell them when it will be ready, what cost it will eat, then you naturally create an algorithm to answer these questions. Therefore, we thought the simplest way to do that, if you figure out how much a sprint costs, and if you have that, and the number of sprints based on the 3 velocities you gave, we can guess something. A good way to do that is to have your developer team estimate everything with certain work types in mind, such as front-end and back-end, side-build QA, and whatever you can think of. And then Plangle can tell you a guess about the ideal team structure. We believe the best way to do that is using a pie chart, because pie charts are fun. And then the client comes back. We gathered all the information from the notes of our meetings, from emails, from Excel and everything. We redid the planning, we estimated everything, but the client is still not too happy about the price and the finishing date of the project. So let's start again, and again, and again, and do everything we've talked about since the beginning of this video, until we find some common ground, something that nobody is really happy about, but we can realize it as a project, resulting in some sort of software. And then the sprints start, and the developer team will use Jira Agile to administrate the process. This would be a logical time to stop using Plangle altogether, but we didn't want to stop, so we implemented features that integrate tightly with Jira Agile. We even added our own button, so if you ever want to go back during a sprint to this bird's eye view of Plangle, you can. Plangle is not a separate application. It is a plugin to Jira Agile, and as such, it obeys all the rules of Jira Agile, and it is fully compatible with every field Jira Agile uses. So as you work in Jira Agile, everything is updated real-time in Plangle, so you can always go back to this overall view of what's happening. Based on our 3 invented velocities, you can even fill a sprint automatically. We know that signing a good contract with reasonable scope, time and cost is nice, and following up on that story is different. Sometimes it is more challenging and leads you back to this planning stage again, where the client actually changes their mind. And now you have 2 hours to react. But with Plangle, a machine answering basic questions a client might have, it is possible. And even with the perfect client in mind, who just pays without questions, it is good to think about the overall progress of the project every 2 or 3 sprints and update the velocities so you can have a better prediction. Plangle is all about the speed provided by the tight integration with Jira Agile.